Welcome to the 2013 Culture Map Tastemaker Awards, celebrating the best in Austin's culinary, craft brewing, and cocktail scene. Benefiting the Austin Food and Wine Alliance. Tonight's awards are brought to you by Culture Map, Whole Foods Market, Cadillac, the Driscoll Hotel, and Benny Keith Specialty Beverages. This evening, we honor the exceptional men and women shining a light on Austin's culinary scene, awarding tastemakers in the following categories: craft bartender, brewery, sommelier, beverage director, pastry chef, restaurant, and chef. Plus the People's Choice Award for Best New Restaurant. Please welcome your MC for tonight, longtime Austin chef and owner of Jack Allen's Kitchen, Jack Gilmore.
On your extensions page, look up at my screen real quick.
My name is Tracy Rice, and I am the Library Media Specialist at Mason Elementary World School.
Link data.
A few years ago, stumbled across the idea of makerspaces. We needed to have small groups doing multiple activities at the same time in different areas, and we didn't have the space for it. Disconnect your Google account. And we started by asking the students. They got to rearrange the shelves. The biggest change was breaking apart the circulation desk. School Library Journal, in conjunction with Lego Education, sponsored this contest, and this I think was the second year for the Build Something Bold Award. And it is an award for innovative library design and programming. Editor's Choice is like third place, and so it was very, very exciting because it is a national organization. A great honor to receive that award.
My name is Bonnie Hahn, and I'm a parent educator for Leander School District. I get to come into people's homes and work with families and get to know their babies. Today we're going to be kind of looking at some colors. Parents as Teachers is an international program. It's very relationship-based and very parent and child focused. The early years are the best time for children to gain success. I think we recognize that 2-year-olds can be leaders. We're going to follow their play and we're going to learn through them, and certainly it allows our parents to lead and get involved with their lives.
When you're cared for and you're loved, you'll learn. The Backpack Program's mission is to provide weekly meals to families in Leander ISD. Parents were making hard choices. Do I pay the rent? Do I pay the electricity or the food? We don't want to just feed the child. We know that the whole family is probably hungry.
We work very hard to be creative and have a balanced meal, so they have a vegetable, they have a fruit, they have a protein. We wanted the students to be able to help other students, and as it turns out, we're very fortunate. We have a lot of student groups that will come and will pack the food and deliver the food.
Knowing that those are provided, those kids need to know that that someone's taking care of them.
How we doing, girls?
Good.
Are we excited?
Yay! Excited. take you through to see where we're going.
You turn off the bridge onto the highway and it's like, okay, this is a little different, and then you turn off that into the neighborhood and it's like, wow.
Extreme poverty. I mean, it was just, you know, I've seen pictures, we've traveled some, but just to go, wow.
It's a very different landscape. It was very rough road. Their buildings were made out of metals and all the scraps. It amazed me.
This is the worst I've ever seen it here in Mexico. It's just really different from life in the U.S.
A blanket is just a medium. Yes, you can tell them now that God is taking care of them, not just with a blanket, with prayers.
I pray, God, that you would come through for all of us because we're your dear children.
Truly what, Thanksgiving is all about. I miss my family, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, I know I'm supposed to be on this trip. Because I prayed a lot. I'm like, God, if I'm supposed to stay at home and pray for the team, that's just as effective than me being here. But again, God opened that door.
Been something we've been praying about a long time. We were successful on the other side. It took 4 years, however, to get water to everybody, and we're hoping to kind of shorten that period because there's such a desperate need for water here that it's going to be a massive blessing.
We saw so many unexpected things. We set up for a well clinic, but we saw only one well person, almost out of 50 people that came to get checked.
Wish we could do more, and how blessed me and my family are. You know, we have access to medical care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in Texas, in the United States. And here, it's only when we come out to see them, and it's not near enough.
You flip the dials, which is better, number one or number two. You give them their glasses, they came in wearing a pair, they get a pair that's a little more refined. It almost seems nothing special at home, but here it reminds you as to why you do it and what the special thing is that you can give to others.
It's kind of like painting with a twist that we have back in the States. Earlier I was demonstrating, step by step how to paint one of these pictures. And then we went through it slowly and came out with a finished product. This would be great. They don't have anything for their homes, to be able to take something home that they've never done before and seen and hang it with pride in their home.
And the Lord was so faithful, and everybody was supportive of each other, like watching each other's kids and enabling people to do ministry that they would never have been able to do alone. Like, it wouldn't have been possible. If we had not been working as a team, as the body of Christ, it would not have been possible. And it was beautiful. It was a really beautiful thing to behold. The chemistry that the team had, and just the joy everyone had in serving.
It's the first time I came, I felt like I had to work so hard to give everything I had physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and I should leave here and cross the border empty, and I was completely fulfilled. And it took me a number of years to reconcile. I felt guilty for that. Like, what have I not given, Lord, that I should be giving? And I didn't realize that was the gift of giving, was to being satisfied and fulfilled.
Gracias por su tiempo, gracias por su trabajo.
Gracias por estar aquí. Gracias porque sé que pasan cosas, pagan todo y Dios.
Rolling out the red carpet for the UT Longhorns.
Our founder of our company wanted to get involved with football and did not play a lot for himself, but when he took over our company 50 years ago, he said, I want to go ask the Rose Bowl if the teams would like us to feed them.
Lowry's used to go to the players. Now, the players come to them.
You think the excitement started when the team arrived? Nuh-uh. It started early here at Lowry's, behind the scenes.
First cooks arrive at the restaurant usually about 5:30 in the morning.
An early start for a fabulous feast. Cooks whip up 300 pounds of mashed potatoes, 150 pounds of corn. And what's for dinner? Lots of it.
We're anticipating Texas going through around 600 pounds of meat. I believe that's about what you did last year, and they have quite big appetites down there, so everything's big in Texas.
Tradition dictates the team that pounds the most beef wins the Rose Bowl.
We might have some sluggish guys that may know this food, but hopefully not. I won't be able to eat that much, but I mean, you eat about 2 or 3, you'll feel it the next day, so I can't imagine what a 7 I'm going to do.
Not so in last year's matchup when Texas failed to out-eat Michigan and went on to win.
Well, if that's the deciding factor, I'm not going to eat it all then.
Just goes to show a little beef won't quench the appetite for victory. Reporting from Beverly Hills, Christina Chavez, News 8 Austin.
We don't have to be fancy. We're just going to be tough as barbed wire. As long as we've got a football and a place to practice, we're okay with that.
Okay with a practice field with its own set of landmines.
You know what you're doing, watch out for the hole.
Okay with a goalpost made out of PVC pipe.
Somebody jump in there. You don't always have to have everything. You just need to be together and play the game of football and have fun. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Coach Shipman leads this group of guys in the sport of six-man football for Fredericksburg's Heritage School.
Played on a 80-yard field instead of 100. You have to go 15 yards for a first down. Other side. Anybody's eligible for a pass, including the center, so centers love that.
The fellas must be pretty good at it, too. After all, they're the reigning state champs.
Coach, we just won, baby!
With not one, but 2 more state champ titles under their belts.
3 state championships and just tremendous blessings, and so I'm grateful that I got to do it and have been doing it.
If you notice Coach Shipman's mouth full of humble pie, it's not for show.
Everybody up?
You see, they might be playing this sport, but for them, it's not really about the game.
We always talk about putting God first and family second, and then we're third, and football's somewhere down here. And I think we talk about keeping our priorities straight, and if we keep all of that in balance, then if we win, that's icing on the cake. Attaboy, good, good.
Lucky number 7.
Ready?
7 years this football program's been around.
Come up and score, go score, go score.
7 years since Coach Shipman reluctantly took the job.
Showed up at the meeting and I looked on the board and it said a word from Coach. And I looked around and I was the only adult there and I thought, guess I better think of something to say.
This team's not about luck, not about glory.
And there's no school board in the world that gives you any kind of self-worth.
It's all about what comes out of being in the middle of a pasture.
1, 2, 3, who won it?
With one of your neighbors, Christina Chavez, News 8 Fredericksburg.
When you're facing a DWI charge, you can either admit that you've committed the crime or fight to prove that you're not guilty. Let's make a left and find out where a guilty plea will lead you.
How do you choose to plead to the charge of driving while intoxicated?
Well, just back up a minute. You need to hire a lawyer first.
You can find lawyers out there that will do a DWI case for $500. You also find lawyers out there that might charge $10,000 to do a DWI case. both of those are extreme.
How much you spend will depend on how much attention you want paid to your case.
County Court at Law number 7 is in session.
All right, let's move on.
Take your plea of guilty, find you're guilty.
It's probably going to cost you
sentence you to
$10,000 before it's over,
If you're convicted.
if you are convicted.
Where does all that money go? There's probation fees, $1,500 here, and a license reinstatement fee, $125 there.
They have more fees than, you remember the expression, Carter has liver pills.
Then there's the time. Time spent on hours of community service, usually 24 to 80 hours of work. Then there's alcohol education classes.
This program started in the late 1980s.
This one hosted by Mothers Against Drunk Driving every Wednesday. Traditionally, a packed courtroom.
The disadvantages that are going to happen once you do have a criminal record. Lost wages, anxiety, lost jobs, some cases even lost families.
2 out of 5 of DWI arrests plead guilty to the charge, but Bass believes it's worth the fight.
It's more than worth it. Fight. You're going to spend $4,000 or $5,000 for a lawyer. That lawyer could end up saving you $5,000.
Coming up, we'll turn right. I'll show you what a not guilty plea will cost you when our Cost of DWI series continues.
You get people coming in all the time that are just blown away by what they see happening behind the bar, and it's really exciting to see their entire perspective change on the way they view bartending. My parents, I think, for a long time thought I was slinging shots down on Dirty Six, and then when they came in here, they were like, there's kind of a beauty to it, there's a rhythm and a flow, and there's a knowledge base that a lot of people don't realize goes into it. But it gets people excited, it gets them interested, and it keeps them coming back.
There is a level of artistry, especially when you get to the point where you're aging beer in oak with wild yeast and souring bacteria and just organisms that are naturally occurring out here in the air, because at that point you start to lose a little bit of the control, and then you're kind of a guiding hand in the process more than someone who's really controlling the process down to every detail, and then it all comes down to the blend. We get so many interesting flavors from barrel to barrel that there is an artistry in creating a blend of a finished beer.
Crowdus started from this idea that I wanted to create software that was free, where people can practice and learn languages through video. You can learn any language from anywhere. Like you can learn the grammar, how to read, how to write. But the most difficult thing about learning a language is, for sure, it's how to listen and how to speak, pronunciate the words.